On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we're going to buy something I'm incredibly excited about. A dirt cheap, pretty broken forklift. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and today we are here in the F-250 with the trailer behind us to go buy a forklift. This is an old Clark. I don't know what year it is or anything like that, but we're gonna get it for $1,000. The cheapest forklift I could find anywhere, and it runs and drives. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I hope we can drive it on the trailer. They said the battery's dead, there's no propane tank. They said there's a lot of things that it needs. And they said that they wouldn't even resell it because it would cost too much for them to restore to their specs. Also, sorry about all the noise. This is a very bumpy road on a 3/4 ton chassis with a trailer. So I just went to the bank. Here's $1,080, which is the price of this forklift plus tax. My buddy Tyler here sent me a message this morning, and he had his service van. He was out running a service call, pulled up in front of the warehouse and took a picture of the Lift Solutions service van in front of the warehouse. And I was like, you know, I need a forklift. And he was like, we have a scrap one. And of course, a scrap forklift is exactly what I needed, because anything's better than that 1950, 1960 Allis-Chalmers that we were using last night. At least far less sketchy. So this looks amazing. It looks like a massive upgrade, and let's see what it's gonna take to get it back to the warehouse. Hey, there we go. Paid cash, $1,080, and it says sold as is, where is, for scrap. So that's like the best forklift deal I could ever find. I don't know if you guys know the forklift market. It's insane, kind of like the car market right now. The car market, like, just everything's going for all kinds of insane prices. The forklift market, there's so many like broken electric ones for 750 bucks. Electric's kind of the worst way to go because you don't know what you're getting into, and the batteries cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So unless you have to have, you know, zero emissions, you want the engine. So I'm super happy that I found this one because Tyler just made it happen. It couldn't have worked out any better than this. So we got the jump pack here. Got a propane tank on it. We got the jump pack hooked up here. Oh, okay. I thought it was like a polarity warning. It looks like the thing just started up. I got to get a battery stat. He said e-brakes on, and we should have. I don't think we have a good connection here.
You guys need a hand with that?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Birds like kittens.
Stay in it.
Do what?
It's gotta stay in it.
Oh yeah? It does seem like it wants to die.
Alright. Don't be shy, runner.
Tyler says I need to rebuild the tilt cylinder, and obviously he's right. Take a look inside there. You can see all the dirt collecting on that cylinder there. And he just like talked us through the whole rebuild, which is great. We've got tech support already. So
those aren't too bad.
Yeah, we'll pull out. How's that retained? It's not a cotter pin, is it?
It's just a little 10 mil bolt here. The whole pin comes out, and then the cylinder comes out.
All right, and then we pull this bolt.
Yeah.
And we'll have it. Cool.
Yeah. Then you'll have the cylinder out, and you pull that top gland nut out. Whole piston comes out, and you replace all the seals.
Yeah, definitely do both sides.
Weaker than the other.
For sure. But hey, at least it all does. Everything works but the parking brake so far.
Yeah.
And
that's just a drum brake adjustment.
Oh, sweet. I figured that it'd need like actual parts, but maybe. Okay. And it's got side shift, which is really cool. And it's a triple mast. So it's at a 189-inch lift on the plate, 4,200 pound, it weighs 9,000. So I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah.
Oh man,
should do everything you need it.
I thought it was solid tired too. Now I'm not worried about the warehouse floor.
No, those are pneumatic.
Sweet. Sweet. I see the valve stem there. Well, dude, you have saved my life. This is the ultimate forklift deal. I don't think I could have gotten a better forklift deal. And they're all like either just complete antiques or electrics with batteries that are gone that would cost, you know, what 3 of this just cost, 4 of this.
Yeah, well, batteries aren't cheap, but
no.
I saw it was an older Clark. It was about, I think it was like a 2,000 pound truck, and it was built in probably the 50s or the 60s, and They still wanted $800 for it.
Oh,
like
I bet.
Been sitting out of field.
Oh man.
No seat. Yeah, we got this one on trade from a customer of ours. All our maintenance history is
Oh,
out there.
sweet. Yeah, it's got maintenance
So
history.
she ran good. They just bought new stuff
Yep.
and needed more than they wanted to put into it. Some fuel system stuff,
Gotcha.
but for what you're using it for, I think it'll do all right.
This is perfect for holding up beams in the ceiling while I'm pulling them out.
I know it's not a Saab, but
I know, and of course Tyler is the guy I bought the Saab 9.5 Aero from. So if you guys watched, I'm sure everybody loved those videos. The Saab videos are some of like the all-time favorites because Saab guys love Saabs and I love Saabs. They're cool.
and apparently we love forklifts too.
And apparently forklifts. And now I can go get forklift certified. Who am I kidding? I'm forklift certified. I drove it on the trailer. All right, let's get this back to the
Give me a paper, I'll
warehouse.
sign it.
I'll get you a piece of paper.
Take it easy, man.
Thank you again, man. All right, this is a bad guide on using a boomer. Let's see, reverse this thing. You gotta have a chain boomer on loads that are this big. Probably don't have to, but probably a terrible idea if you scrap this. And you gotta have like 4 threads exposed in case you ever get caught by the DOTs. Hopefully that never happens. So chain boomer, pretty easy. Hook the chain, pull all the slack out you can, and suck the chain together. So there we go. Lock it in, wrap the chain around the boomer. You'll make sure it doesn't ever come loose somewhere. So there you go. That one's locked up. Repeat on the front. Huge shout out to Damien for holding the camera, and we got this thing all tied down. We're ready to get out of here. I can't believe I own a forklift. This is so cool. This forklift can lift about half of my cars, probably 4,200 pounds. That's a lot of cars. Can't lift this, unfortunately. And we are back at the warehouse with the new Clark, and it needs a battery very badly. So before we even mess with this at all, we're gonna hop in a different car, hop in the Viper truck maybe, run to O'Reilly's and get a new battery for this thing. Because I don't wanna have to jump it to get it off the trailer because it's a lot of work. I'd rather just fix it right now. So that'll knock out the first big problem. We haven't driven this thing in a while, and we're here to get a battery and maybe some lift struts, because if we had lift struts for the engine cover, I wouldn't have to use the steering wheel to hold it up. All right, thanks guys. We got our forklift battery. Let's go fix this thing. Super pumped about this. Now we won't even have to jump it to get it off the trailer. First time I've changed a battery on a forklift. Never had to do one of these before. So hopefully there's no hold down or anything. I mean, maybe there should be a hold down, but yeah, clearly there's not. So I got the battery terminals loose. And out we go. Wow, that battery's toast. You can see it was leaking out of the post there. Here's our new Superstar Premium. All right, so this was a pretty easy battery swap. Since there's no hold down, should just drop right in there. This thing's leaking propane too. I can smell a ton of it out of the vaporizer. There we go. Battery seems like it went in now. And let's see, key. Looks like we got it. All right, tighten down the terminals here. Maybe I'll make a hold down for this eventually. And we're back in business. Let's drive this thing off the trailer. Also, while we were at O'Reilly's, I asked about the lift struts. They don't have an exact match for these in stock, so I'm gonna try to find them, but they did find some that were super close, within 3/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna check with Tyler, see what his thoughts are on swapping these to a slightly longer one, and maybe that solves our problem. But here's how we do it for now. We lift up the engine cover, unlock the steering wheel. Come on. Gotta, there it goes. Put some pressure on it. And our forklift is ready to go. Let's get the chains off this thing. I might have timed that a little too well. All right, hopefully it starts right up now. I'm super pumped. Alright, let's party. I really need a new shifter. Here comes our tilt. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, like they say. Let's get this thing down. Forklift donuts? Kind of a tight spot in here. Yeah! Alright, I'm gonna go park this thing now. So here's the old Allis-Chalmers forklift that we used last night. I don't even know how old this thing is. You know, most of these things are from the 60s. It's been swapped out to an electric fuel pump, just like the flying carpet has. Oh, here's my gloves. I just looked all over for my gloves so we could unload that thing off the trailer. Anyway, we've got a plate on here, and if we take a look at it, it still doesn't say when it was built. I don't think we see any years on there. But this is a 3,000 pounder, and we think the rear axle's bent. But huge shout out to the Summer Houses for letting us borrow this thing last night when we had to have a forklift, and Tyler just saving my life with this thing today. We've got a lot of work to do on this. I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm sure you guys will love to see the forklift work because it's actually really interesting. So of course we've got the cylinder rebuilds coming up for you. I don't know when those will be. There you can see just they're tucked back in there, so it's kind of hard to see them. I gotta get that US Foods logo off there, the old owner. And then of course it needs a steering column, and the shifter is hilarious. So that's, I was like, why won't it start? It's because that little shift lever, it's all broken off. I couldn't tell that it was in forward. We got some cool status lights on here. Amp meter, oil pressure, fuel level. Oh, cool. I don't even know how it knows the fuel level. It's propane. Air filter, transmission oil, hydraulic oil filter. Those are probably all just maintenance reminders there. Of course, the parking brake doesn't work, even though it's set. Really doesn't do anything. We do have turning brakes, which is awesome. And it just runs like a champ now. No more leaks after I shut the bottle off, so I don't know, that makes sense, right? There's no more gas. The vaporizer, Tyler said the vaporizer probably needs swapped out. It's that unit that was right here beside the battery. That's where the propane comes in as a liquid or some gas, and make sure it's converted to gas for the engine to run on. But what year is this? This is a CGP 25. And I don't see a date of manufacture. And the last service was 10/29/19. It just says like primary service maybe, and the hour meter is broken. But hey, 29:34, what's it say now? 29:34, looks like it doesn't move anymore. So look at that, we're keeping the miles off this thing. The hour meter quit working. The Hobbs meter there. This old thing, we gotta talk about it for just a minute. First of all, it's a champ, watch, it should start right up. She ripped right to life. Anyway, she runs pretty well. It ran great all night. And this does not have turning brakes on the old Alice. This is a real clutch, and you have to push the clutch in and then shift between forward and reverse right there. And I think that is high and low. Of course, you only have mast up, down, and mast tilt right there. But hey, what an old workhorse. That's probably put in 1 million hours. Also, this is legitimately the forklift from the movie Cars, the one that just goes around going like that. I'm pretty sure. It's the actual actor itself. So a pretty cute little thing, and it got the job done. No power steering either. It's pretty funny. You're like cranking this thing to make it work. It's all you have. And this cute little mast, it's actually a triple mast too, and it goes to, I think we had it at 17 feet, something like that. It almost went all the way to the ceiling. This thing here, a monster. I feel 1,000 times safer when I'm on it. It's got a nice new seat. Happiest purchase of my life, maybe. Maybe somewhere up there with the day that R8 got delivered. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're pumped about the forklift videos. And don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com where you can get cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. Just watched the old Viper truck. That thing's looking sweet. All right, if you guys want this, shoot me an email because it needs to leave. I've got new headlights for it. We got a whole bunch of new work that's gonna happen. It's gonna look real nice. And then it's going away.